What the fuck is up, you glorious degenerates? Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we dive headfirst into the weird, the wild, and the downright mind-fucking.
You know the shit that makes you question if you need another beer or 10 more beers?
That's the spirit. And tonight, we're going deep on some seriously trippy shit.
Some shit that'll leave you questioning the very fabric of reality.
Buckle up, motherfuckers, because we're about to explore the DMT Laser Experiment.
Oh yeah, we're talking about a dude literally blasting himself with lasers while tripping balls on DMT and claiming he's seeing the goddamn Matrix.
This shit's wilder than a unicorn orgy in a glitter factory.
Oh, absolutely.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Danny Guler, this mad scientist psychonaut who's apparently figured out how to hack reality with a laser pointer and a shit ton of DMT.
Right.
This dude claims he's seeing hidden patterns and symbols, like some kind of cosmic language when he combines these two things. What the actual fuck is going on here?
So the basic setup is pretty straightforward. Goler's using a 650 millimeter laser, which is just your average red laser pointer, and DMT, a powerful psychedelic that can send you on a one-way trip to the bizarro dimension.
One way.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Oh, we're gonna find out.
I'm ready.
Yeah. His goal: to uncover a hidden code woven into the very fabric of our existence.
So he's basically saying that reality is coded and DMT and lasers are the keys to unlocking it. Sound like some high-level next-generation bullshit to me, but I'm fucking here for it.
That's the deep dive, baby.
Tell me more about these symbols he's seeing. What do they look like?
Well, Goler describes seeing these repeating symbols that resemble Japanese katakana characters, Hebrew letters, and even numerals.
What?
It's like some kind of cosmic Rosetta Stone, but instead of translating ancient languages, it's unlocking the secrets of the fucking universe.
Japanese, Hebrew, and numbers. That's some eclectic shit.
Yeah.
It's like he's on a bad acid trip in a multicultural library.
Now, here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Over 180 other people claim to have replicated Goler's experiment and seen the same symbols, too.
What?
Makes you wonder if there's more to this than just some random hallucination, right?
That's wild.
Yeah.
So how does this all tie into the simulation theory? Is Goler saying we're all just living in some kind of giant cosmic video game?
He is.
Really?
Goler believes his experiment provides evidence that we might be living in a simulation controlled by some higher intelligence, like some kind of cosmic puppeteer pulling the strings of our reality.
Hold up. Let's break this down for the uninitiated.
Sure.
The simulation theory, for those who haven't been sucked down that particular rabbit hole, suggests that our reality might just be a sophisticated computer program created by a more advanced civilization.
Yeah.
It's like we're all NPCs in some cosmic Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. And this idea has been bouncing around for decades, both in science fiction and among some seriously smart people.
Yeah.
But Goler's experiment, if it holds up, could be some of the first tangible evidence to support this mind-blowing theory.
All right, so we've got DMT lasers, Japanese symbols, and the Matrix. Where does it get even weirder? Because you know it fucking does.
Oh, it gets way weirder. Every time Goler does this experiment, he claims that something he calls the console appears in the space around him.
What?
It's like a virtual interface with screens, gloves, and other interactive elements straight out of a sci-fi film.
Wait, so he's saying he can actually interact with this thing like it's a real physical object?
That's what he claims. And he says it feels just as real as anything else in his surroundings.
Wow.
He can manipulate the console, interact with it, and it responds to his touch. It's like he's suddenly become a character in a goddamn video game.
Okay, I'm starting to get a headache just trying to wrap my head around all of this. We've got these crazy visuals, the simulation theory, and now some kind of holographic control panel. This is some next-level reality-bending shit.
And this is where things get even more interesting. Remember the Carrot Report?
Refresh my memory.
Oh.
I've had a few beers tonight, and my brain's already starting to fry from this conversation.
It was this document that surfaced online back in 2007.
Okay.
Supposedly leaked by some anonymous dude claiming to have worked on a top-secret government program called CARROT, which stood for Commercial Applications Research for Extraterrestrial Technology. Basically, the report described this alleged reverse-engineered alien technology and a bunch of weird symbols that nobody could decipher.
Oh yeah, that rings a bell. Everyone was losing their shit about it for a while,
Right.
trying to figure out what those symbols meant.
But wasn't it eventually debunked as a hoax?
Well, the authenticity of the Carrot Report has never been confirmed. Some people think it was a legit leak, while others think it was just some elaborate bullshit cooked up by some bored internet troll.
Right. Okay, so how does this connect back to Goekler and his laser-induced DMT trip?
Well, some of the symbols Goler describes seeing are eerily similar to those in the Carrot report.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's almost like he's tapping into the same sorts of information,
No way.
but through a completely different method. Whoa. So we've got a possible connection between a supposed alien technology program
Yeah.
and a dude tripping his balls off on DMT while playing with lasers. This is some serious X-Files shit right here.
Right. It's enough to make you question everything you thought you knew about reality.
I think I need another beer to fully grasp this.
We'll grab another one because, hold on, because we're about to add another layer to this mindfuck. The holographic principle.
Hit me with it. My brain's ready to explode, but I'm also kind of loving this.
So the holographic principle is a theory in physics that suggests our universe might be a projection from a 2D surface, like a giant cosmic hologram.
Okay.
It's a wild concept, but it has some serious backing from actual scientists.
Wow. So how does Goler's experiment fit into this holographic universe theory?
Goler believes that the symbols he sees in the laser light are like glimpses into the underlying code of this holographic universe. He thinks he's seeing the raw data that's being projected to create our reality.
So he's basically saying he's hacking the Matrix with DMT and a fucking laser pointer.
Yeah.
This is some next-level reality-bending shit.
It is, right. But let's play devil's advocate for a minute.
Okay.
There are some counter-arguments to consider. After all, we don't want to just blindly accept everything this dude is saying, even if it does sound fucking awesome.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's hear the other side of this cosmic coin. What are the skeptics saying?
Well, first of all, could this all be subjective?
Subjective how?
DMT is known for producing incredibly vivid and complex hallucinations.
Right.
It's entirely possible that the laser light, combined with the effects of the drug, is simply creating these patterns in Goler's mind.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
It's not like we can rule out the possibility that this is all just a really elaborate drug-induced hallucination.
Exactly. And there are also more mundane explanations to consider, like the speckle effect. It's a phenomenon that happens when you shine coherent light, like that, from a laser onto a rough surface. It creates a grainy pattern of bright and dark spots, which could easily be distorted by the DMT and interpreted as these symbols.
So basically, the laser light itself could be creating these patterns, and the DMT is just amplifying and interpreting them in a way that creates these symbols. That makes sense. What else?
Well, another point to consider is that if Goler's discovery is as groundbreaking as he claims, why haven't more mainstream scientists jumped on board to investigate? You'd think if there was a chance we could prove we're living in a simulation, every physicist on the planet would be trying to replicate this experiment.
Yeah, good question. Maybe they're all just too busy writing boring research papers and chasing grant money to explore the truly mind-blowing shit. But hey, more power to Goler for going against the grain and exploring the fringes of reality.
Right. And it's important to remember that Goler's experiences have evolved over time.
How so?
He claims that his initial DMT trips were more typical with the usual psychedelic visuals and hallucinations. But eventually they shifted to what he describes as a direct, unfiltered view of real space.
Real space? What the fuck does that even mean? Is he talking about a dimension beyond our own?
He believes that he's no longer seeing just hallucinations, but rather the true underlying nature of reality, unfiltered by our brain's usual perceptual limitations. Like he's peeled back the layers of our perceived reality and is seeing the raw code beneath.
Okay, so he's saying he's gone from seeing pretty lights and trippy patterns to experiencing the source code of the fucking universe. Damn. What else has he observed during these real space trips?
He's mentioned seeing other beings being entertained, which suggests a larger structure or purpose to this whole simulated reality. And then there's the consistent presence of the console, hinting at a deeper level of interaction beyond just observation.
All right, I need a fucking drink. This is getting intense.
We're just getting started.
Dude.
Hold on tight.
Shit. All right, motherfuckers. Let's dive back into this DMT-fueled rabbit hole. So we've got Goler claiming you're all stuck in a simulation, possibly created by some higher beings with a sixth sense of humor. But if that's true, what the fuck is the point? What's the purpose of all this cosmic trickery?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Goler speculates that we might be part of some grand experiment, a cosmic petri dish for these advanced beings to observe and study, or maybe we're just entertainment for them, like some interdimensional reality TV show.
So we're basically cosmic rats in a maze, or the stars of some fucked up intergalactic big brother. Talk about an existential crisis.
Right. Makes you wonder what kind of show we're putting on for these cosmic voyeurs. Are they entertained by our wars and political bullshit, our love stories and triumphs? Or maybe they just like watching us eat, sleep, and work, like some kind of bizarre cosmic documentary about the mundane lives of these weird little creatures called humans.
If you're watching this right now, I hope they're at least getting good laughs out of this podcast. Cheers, you cosmic motherfuckers. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Me too. But the idea that we might be part of a larger experiment raises some even bigger questions. What are the rules of this simulation? Can we break them? And what the fuck happens when we die in this simulation? Do we just respawn in another one?
Holy shit, that's a lot to unpack. My brain's already fried from the DMT and laser talk. Now you're throwing in cosmic death and respawn scenarios. I need another fucking drink.
Hold on, there's more. And this is where shit gets really fucking weird. Goler believes that these higher beings, the ones who created the simulation, are made of dark matter.
Dark matter. That invisible shit that makes up like 85% of the universe, but we can't even see or interact with.
The very same. He suggests that our galaxy is actually a city for these dark matter beings, a sprawling metropolis of cosmic proportions. And what we perceive as the universe is just a small sliver of their reality.
Okay, now you're just fucking with me. Dark matter cities.
Right.
That's some straight up sci-fi bullshit.
I know it sounds crazy, right? But think about it. We know next to nothing about dark matter. It's entirely possible that it has properties and complexities that we can't even begin to fathom. Maybe it's not just some inert substance, but a form of exotic matter that can support life and even consciousness.
Okay, I'll bite. But how does Golder explain how we're connected to this dark matter city? Like, how are we interacting with these beings if they're made of something we can't even detect?
That's where his interpretation of the holographic principle comes in. Remember, this principle suggests that our 3D reality is actually a projection from a 2D surface. Goler believes that we're essentially looking back through this holographic projection, catching glimpses of the underlying code that makes up both our reality and the dark matter city beyond.
So those symbols he sees in the laser light, he thinks they're part of the code for this dark matter city.
Exactly. He believes that if we could decipher this code, we could unlock a whole new level of understanding about the universe and our place within it. We could potentially bridge the gap between our reality and the dark matter realm, tap into their knowledge and technology, and unlock the secrets of the cosmos.
Okay, now I'm really starting to feel like I'm in the Matrix. What happens if we actually figure out how to read this code? Do we get superpowers? Can we hack the system and change our reality?
Well, according to Goler, it's not about controlling the simulation, but rather understanding it. He believes the purpose of our existence in this simulation is to learn and evolve. By deciphering the code, we can gain a deeper understanding of consciousness, physics, and maybe even the nature of reality itself. It's about expanding our consciousness, not exploiting the system for personal gain.
So it's not about escaping the Matrix, it's about becoming one with it, about merging our consciousness with the cosmic code and transcending the limitations of this simulated reality.
You could say that. It's about realizing that we're all connected not just to each other, but to this vast network of information and energy that makes up the universe, and possibly even to these higher beings who created the simulation. It's about embracing the interconnectedness of all things and realizing that we are all part of something much grander than ourselves.
Whoa, I'm having another moment here. So Goler thinks we're in a simulation, connected to a dark matter city. And the key to understanding it all lies in some cosmic code that we can access through DMT and lasers.
Pretty much. But here's the really trippy part. Goler claims that he doesn't even need the laser anymore. He says his DMT experiences have evolved to the point where he can see the code directly without any external tool.
Hold up. He's saying he can see this code just by tripping on DMT. That's some next level shit.
Right. He describes it as seeing the real space behind our perceived reality. And he believes that other people can reach this level of perception too, with enough practice and the right mindset. It's about training your consciousness to perceive the underlying reality, the code that drives this simulated existence.
So he's basically saying anyone can become Neo. Just pop some DMT and you can see the Matrix.
Well, it's probably not that simple. But the idea that we could potentially unlock these hidden layers of reality through altered states of consciousness is pretty mind-blowing. It's about expanding our perception beyond the limitations of our five senses and tapping into the deeper realms of consciousness.
But even if we can see this code, how do we know what it means? It's not like we have a cosmic Rosetta Stone lying around to translate this shit.
That's true. But Goler suggests that we can start by looking for patterns and connections between the code and our understanding of physics and consciousness. He also believes that the console, the virtual interface he sees, could hold clues to deciphering the code. It's like a user manual for the simulation, a guide to understanding how this reality works.
Wait, you're saying he thinks this console is more than just a hallucination? Like it's actually a tool for understanding the simulation?
That's what he suggests. He describes it as having a tangible presence in the space around him, and he's even been working with VR experts to create a more accurate representation of what it looks like. He's trying to build a virtual reality model of this simulated reality control panel so others can experience it and maybe help decipher its secrets.
So he's building a virtual reality model of this simulated reality control panel. This is getting weirder by the minute.
I know, right? But it's also incredibly exciting. If even a fraction of what Goler claims is true, it could revolutionize our understanding of the universe and ourselves. Imagine the possibilities if we could tap into the code, understand how this reality is constructed, and maybe even manipulate it to our advantage.
All right, I'm officially down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
What else has this guy discovered? This is like the DMT-fueled, laser-guided trip that keeps on giving.
Well, this is where it gets even more interesting. Goler says that he's started to notice a difference in how other beings enter this real space. He's observed what he describes as snake-like objects that attach to these beings, almost like VR headsets, and provide them with some kind of entertainment.
Whoa, hold up. He's saying there are other beings in this simulation,
Yeah.
and they get plugged into some kind of cosmic entertainment system? What the fuck is going on here?
It sounds wild, I know, but Goler believes that these beings are entering the simulation for some specific purpose, and these snake-like objects are there to distract them from the true nature of reality. It's like they're being kept entertained so they don't realize they're in a simulation.
So it's like they're being kept entertained so they don't realize they're in a simulation.
Right.
Are we talking about some kind of cosmic Truman Show shit here?
That's one interpretation. Goler suggests that these beings might be here to learn or experience something specific, and the entertainment is there to keep them from getting too distracted by the bigger picture. Maybe they're here to learn about human emotions or to experience the challenges and triumphs of living in a physical body.
Okay, but if Goler's seeing the real space, why doesn't he get plugged into this entertainment system? What makes him so special?
He believes it's because he's somehow bypassed this system. He's no longer being shown the simulated reality, but rather the underlying code that creates it. He's become aware of the matrix and can now see beyond the veil of illusion.
So he's like a glitch in the matrix, a rogue program that's become self-aware.
You could say that. He's seeing things that most other beings in the simulation aren't meant to see. He's tapped into the source code, and now he's trying to share that knowledge with the rest of us.
Damn, this shit is getting deep. I need another beer to process all of this. All right, you beautiful degenerates, we're back and ready to finish this mindfuck of a deep dive.
Let's do it.
DMT lasers,
Yeah.
cosmic codes, simulated reality, dark matter beings, and some seriously creepy snake-like VR headsets. Did I miss anything?
Sounds about right. We're knee-deep in the cosmic shitstorm, my friend.
So if Goler can bypass this entertainment system, see the real space, the code, whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Yeah.
does that mean we can too? Can we all wake up from this cosmic dream, or are we just fucked?
That's the big question, isn't it? And honestly, who the fuck knows? But Goler seems to think it's possible.
Okay.
He believes it's about expanding our consciousness, tapping into that deeper level of awareness, and maybe even influencing the simulation itself. It's like we're all playing a video game, but we're only using a fraction of the controller's buttons.
So we need to learn the cheat codes, hack the system, and unlock the full potential of our simulated existence. Sounds like a plan, but where the fuck do we even begin?
That's the challenge, right? We don't have a cosmic instruction manual,
Right.
but Goler thinks the key lies in deciphering the code, understanding the patterns and connections between our reality and the underlying structure of the simulation. He believes the console, that virtual interface he keeps seeing, might hold some answers.
So this console, it's like the control panel for this simulated reality.
Yeah.
And Goler's trying to build a VR model of it so others can experience it and maybe help crack the code.
Exactly. He's trying to give us a glimpse behind the curtain, a peek into the engine room of this cosmic machine. But even if we can access the console, figure out how it works, there's still the question of ethics.
Right. Ethics. Fuck ethics. If we're stuck in a goddamn simulation, all bets are off. It's time to rewrite the rules, motherfucker.
Whoa, hold your horses there, cowboy. Even in a simulation, there are consequences to our actions.
Okay.
We might be virtual beings, but our choices still matter. We can't just go around screwing with the code willy-nilly without considering the potential ramifications.
All right, fine, I get it. Responsible reality hacking.
Yeah.
But still, this is some seriously mind-blowing shit. We might be living in a simulation connected to a dark matter city, and there's a chance we can tap into the source code and rewrite the rules of the game.
It's enough to make you question everything you thought you knew about reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. It challenges our assumptions, pushes the boundaries of our understanding, and opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
So what the fuck does this all mean for us, for humanity? If we are in a simulation and there's a chance to break free, to evolve, to transcend the limitations of this virtual reality, what do we do with that knowledge?
That's the question we all have to grapple with. It's a personal journey, a quest for understanding and enlightenment that each of us must undertake.
Right.
There are no easy answers, no guaranteed paths to follow. It's about exploring the uncharted territories of consciousness, questioning everything, and searching for our own truth.
Damn, that got deep. All right, you glorious bastards. That's it for tonight's deep dive into the DMT Laser Experiment. We hope you enjoyed the ride, even if it did leave your brain feeling like a scrambled egg. Remember, stay curious, stay skeptical, and never be afraid to question the nature of reality. And if you happen to see any cosmic code floating around, hit us up. We're always down for a good mindfuck. Peace out.